Welcome to episode number 15 of his Washington Nationals franchise series, and today we're playing the 4th of July game on 4th of July, obviously, against the Miami Marlins, who are in 4th place right now. We're in 2nd place, so we're 3 games behind the Phillies, who I believe they've been on fire. They won 4 straight, and they're 9-1 in their last 10. Well, we won 2 straight, we're 5-5 in our last 10. We're 3 beyond the Phillies, and I'm not sure at the wild card. I haven't really checked that. We are in that. Not exactly sure. We are in that second. There's 2 teams tied. It's because the Cubs and Cardinals are tied for 1st place. And the NL Central. That's why. So technically, I guess we would be in the second NL wild card spot because say the Cubs, if we want to do game 163, we would be in, and then the winner of the other game, of the next game 163, we would face, or they would host us. Obviously, that's not going to happen, or could, but obviously this is not even the All-Star break yet. Next episode will be the Home Run Derby and or the All-Star Game. I'm not sure. I don't know checked if we don't have not sure if we don't have anyone in the Home Run Derby. It doesn't look like, dude. I don't. Where's on that? Yeah, definitely not, because I don't know. I don't see anyone anywhere. Duvall is 13, but really no one's in the Home Run Derby. But so it has to be in the All-Star Game, so we're definitely doing the All-Star Game next episode. By the way, there might not be 2 videos on Thursday. If there's only one, it's only postseason, and then Friday would be Vinny J and NHL 20 be a pro, and then eventually obviously Snake would be obviously Star Forcer, that's it into the regular season, obviously AL Wildcard Game, my Snake's franchise, obviously the home All-Star Game in my Nationals franchise, which you're watching right now. And so yeah, and then also there will be I'm thinking maybe Sunday, last Man 20 video, because Man 21 comes out on Tuesday, so it's 6 days away. Yeah, but then I did it on Tuesday, August 25th. A week later, I start school. Well, right now I am, but you never know. I could be homeschool. I'm not sure exactly, but most is the orientation on Monday. I'm not sure, but right now it looks like it's gonna be on September 1st, which feels like I just went in the summer 5 minutes yesterday. Feels just yesterday. I went to Corpus Christi. Just yesterday I went to Minnesota, and now I'm starting school in 13 days. 13. So yeah, we're gonna play this game obviously, and then yeah, I am gonna play Plants first game, and my surgery is not turned down at all, and will be network. And real life 4th of July 2019 is on Saturday for some reason, and this world's on Friday, and for some reason Home Run Derby is on a Tuesday, and the All-Star is on a Wednesday. In real life, Home Run Derby is on a Monday, and the All-Star is on a Tuesday. Yeah. 1:35 Eastern. We're in Eastern Time. Washington D.C. is in Eastern Time. It's on the East Coast. We almost have opposite records. They're 38 and 47. We're 48 and 38. So we almost have opposite records. So the Nationals are the goal controller. Even if they say they were the road team, it would still be the goal controller. So the Nationals are the goal controller, and the Marlins are the blue controller. So yeah. Both custom uniform for the Marlins and the Nationals, and then the new era Stars and Stripes hat or cap for the Marlins, and the Nationals, and the home jersey for both the road jersey and the road pants for the Marlins, and the home jersey and the home pants for the Nationals. That's I'm not sure what that is for the Marlins. If you know, later comment down below, and then that's David Price for the Nationals. Washington Nationals Park holds 41,339 opened, or holds Washington Nationals Park holds 41,339 opened in 2008. Presentation mode broadcast team style MLB Network quick counts on cloud cover. It was overcast. I'm gonna leave it at overcast. Yeah, lefty versus lefty, 88 versus 82. So now they still have JT Ramirez though. Let's move Castro, switch them. Riddle, I just took my center baseman. I'll take Riddle out and then put in Fernando Field because his energy is low. So Castro's at shortstop because they don't have anyone else in the play shortstop. Well, besides Riddle, obviously. No, you can't. I really don't really. And then it seems like and then trade and play. This Marlins team is not that good. No offense, but really, Brett Anderson. I don't put Anderson at first. First of all, it's a righty. I don't really want to put. It's a lefty pitcher, but I want to take as many lefties as possible out of the lineup. That should be good because I don't really see any. Yeah. So their highest player, well, starting Castro, who they still have in real life. In real life, he's on the Nationals, and then JT Roberto. So that should be the lineup for the Marlins, which I'd never heard of any of those guys besides I think Bryant. If you look at their that's a real guy. He's a real pitcher. Sure, that's a real guy or not. Heard of Brian Anderson, not him, and then Castro, and then Ramirez, and then Shen I heard of too. Really, and then I saw Jose Arena. And the bullpen, I literally did not recognize anyone besides Jose Arena. And then for us, well, let me think. Mito Brantley, Daniel Murphy's playing center base. Thurman's at first. Rendell, Howie Kendrick's in center. He went down another point. Oh, I don't know. And then they have Buxton in right because maybe I should put Animeton because Animeton's technically not in this lineup. Yeah, he's not in this lineup because he's a lefty. So maybe Matt Adams, but I'm thinking maybe Gregory Polanco because maybe that was the last episode. Was that the last episode? I think it was where I put Gregory Polanco on right and Jorge Polanco at short. I'm not gonna do this time, but I know I'm gonna do. Well, I have Matt Wieters playing because obviously it wasn't lefties because Chuck Harley's a lefty. So then let me think. Duvall maybe in center because or I put Howie Kendrick somewhere else. Well, not really. I don't want to take out Buxton. There's no DH, so it's Howie Kendrick. Well, unless he wants to play center base, but I don't want to take out Murphy's energy is sort of low, but I don't want to take him out. Unless I take out Zimmerman. Because then Zimmerman is Daniel Murphy to play first base. Yeah, and then I know flip them. So Murphy's at first. He rarely plays first. I know flip Howie Kendrick and Zimmerman. So Zimmerman can't play center, but Howie Kendrick is a center baseman. He also doesn't play left, center, and right. And I'll take down Zimmerman, and then I'm gonna put in Duvall because I don't know. I want to put Polanco in, but really I have to replace Trey Turner. I'm gonna put in Duvall in center. No, maybe I put him in right. He's a left fielder. I'm gonna switch Buxton and Duvall. So Duvall's in right, and Buxton's in center. I know flip Duvall and Buxton, and that should be fine. Okay, that's the lineup now. Here we go. We win. We did the sweep. Did your broom. I did your broom. National League Series 2-0. Right? Yeah, National League Series 2-0. We are live on here for another edition of baseball here on MLB Network. It's baseball on the 4th of July, between the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals. Baseball on MLB Network comes your way next. Gio Gonzalez, 15 starts here in 2019, 6-4 record, 3.62 ERA, 104 and 1/3 innings, 98 hits, 1.24 WHIP, 31 walks, and 107 strikeouts. And then Lewis Brinson, 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, 12-6 curve, and a changeup for Gio Gonzalez. Here we are, 1-2 count. That's a pop-up. Quick counts are on, by the way. Howie Kendrick under it, and he makes the catch, one down. The umpires are wearing the short sleeve blue shirt. Here's the starting lineup for the Miami Marlins. Lewis Brinson, Tim Conway, Brian Anderson, Mark Shentlin, Sean Dasher, Homer, Hansman, JT Realmuto, Fernando Fio, and the starting pitcher for the Marlins, Wei Shen. 360 on base percentage for the Marlins. I didn't see what place that was in the National League for that category, but 360 on base percentage, I'm not sure what place that is in the National League. Well, it said it, but I didn't see it. It did say it, but it went away. It did say it. I just didn't see it before they took it away. Yeah, 316. I saw it said 316 on base percentage, and then it said what place that was in the National League, but I didn't see it before I didn't see it before they took it away. Here we go, 2-1 count. That's a line drive going back is Buxton, and he makes the catch in dead center field. 2 down. Here's Brian Anderson. He's a third baseman. He's playing first base today. 1-1 count. That's a ground ball fielded by Howie Kendrick. Throw to Daniel Murphy playing first base. He rarely plays first base, or he's a first baseman, but for the Nationals he usually plays second. But today he's playing first. 1-2-3 of the Marlins. Nationals come to the bat. No score here on MLB Network. Wei Shen, 17 starts here in 2019, 6-5 record, 2.62 or 2.69 ERA, 110 1/3 innings, 93 hits, 1.04 WHIP, 22 walks, and 57 strikeouts. Yet Wei Shen in 2019 has 22. Wei Shen in 2019 has 22 walks and 67 strikeouts, not 69. 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, slider, changeup, and a curveball for Chen. So here's a 5-pitch repertoire. Here we go. 2-1 pitch to Turner. That's a ground ball. It's at the middle base hit. First hit of the game for either team, and the first hit for the Nationals, and first hit for either team. Turner. Quick counts are on. Here comes Michael Brantley. Which he signed with the Nationals via free agency this past offseason. That's a ground ball. Bat to Chen. Capture 1. Bat to first. Double play. 2 down. It was Chen, Castro, and then Anderson. And here's the starting lineup for the Washington Nationals. Trey Turner, Michael Brantley, Daniel Murphy playing first base today, Byron Buxton, Anthony Rendell, Howie Kendrick playing second base, Evan Duvall in right field, Matt Wieters, and starting pitcher for the Nationals, Gio Gonzalez. 317 on base percentage, 11th in the NL in that category. So if the Marlins if we were 11th in the NL with a 317 on base percentage, that means if the Marlins had a 312 on base percentage, that means they're probably like 15th or something in the NL in that category. And we have a 317 on base percentage, and we're definitely, I saw it this time before they took it away. We were 11th in the NL in that category with 317 on base percentage. Here we go, 2-2 down to Daniel Murphy. That's a ground ball. Throw to first by the center baseman is in time and then over. Won it by the Nationals, but the race on a double play. We're through 1 here in D.C. The score is 0-0. Here's Mark Snell. 3 for 8 in the series. Nationals, if they win, they get the sweep. But if the sweep, that's a snap bat, and it's fielded by Murphy, and he sits in the bat himself, one down. And here's the Nationals defense. Michael Brantley, Byron Buxton, and Duvall in the outfield. Daniel Murphy, Howie Kendrick, Trey Turner, Anthony Rendon, who we saw this in this world in the infield, and Matt Weird behind the plate. Obviously, Gio Gonzalez on the mound. Here's Starlin Castro. He's a center baseman. He's playing shortstop today. That's a fly ball. It's on a long run for Buxton, and he made the catch. Byron Buxton with a great catch, pitching it off the grass and right center field. And no one else would have got there to catch it, but with Buxton's speed, got there. One on count. That's a ground ball on a tough play for Turner deep in the hole, and he's safe at first. 83 speed, infield single, and that's the first hit of the game for the Fish. Here comes JT Ramirez. One on count. That's a line drive. That won't get down. And Buxton. And now there's retreat, and he threw it all the way to third. It's off line. The runner would have been safe. So 2 straight 2-out singles. 2 on 2 out now for Fernando Field. One on count. That's a ground ball. That ball is through. Throw home is not in time as it's up the third base line, and the runner at first goes all the way to third. 3 straight 2-out singles, and it's 1-0 Marlins in the top of the second. Here comes the pitcher. No universal DH in this world. Swing and miss, straight 2. 1-2 down, that's just outside 2-2. 2-2 down. That's a ground ball, Shen Yinen. Howie Kendrick flips at the turn for the fourth. That's end of base, and then hands over. It's a 3 straight 2-out single by the Marlins. The score is 1-0 Marlins after an and a half of play. Byron Buxton, Anthony Rendon, and Howie Kendrick are the scheduled batters for the Nationals in the bottom of the second. Here's Byron Buxton. That's a ground ball. Go to first, 1 down. I have Byron Buxton in my Rockies franchise and my Nationals franchise. And here's the defense for the Miami Marlins. Homer, Hansman, Tim Conway, Lewis Brinson, the outfield, Brian Anderson, Fernando Fields, Starlin Castro, Mike Snell in the infield, and JT Ramirez won Doug Lobuster behind the plate. And obviously Wayne Chen on the mound. 2019 in this world, remember. Rendon flies one deep to center field, or deep right center field. Going back is Conway, and he makes the catch, shy of the orange track, 2 down. And then Howie Kendrick. Playing center base, he's my center base, and then my center base, left field, center field, and right field. And here the umpires assigned for today's game. Behind play, Patrick Johnson.
Most of the time, but he's definitely a pitcher's umpire. I always felt like this. He'll give a little bit on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him more as a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire.
So he's a fair umpire. He's a fair umpire, but if you want to, he's a fair umpire, but if you rate him, his rate is, or his scheduled first pitch is 1:35 p.m. Here the umpires assigned for today's game. Down plate, Patrick Johnson at first base, Larry Bullard. Center base, James Tinsley at third base, Gary Simmons. So yeah, he's a fair umpire, but he's a fair umpire, but he's a fair umpire, but if you rate him, he rates he's a fair umpire, but he's a pitcher's umpire, not a hitter's umpire. You know, a 2-2 count now. Howie Kendrick, he's playing center base today, but he also can play left field, center field, and right field. Or his primary position is center base, and secondary positions are left field, center field, and right field. 1, 2, 3 of the Nats. We're through 2, the score is 1-0 Fish.
In now,
Louis Brinson. 2-2 count. The leadoff man. That's a ground ball. And that's up the middle, base hit. Yeah, man, I'm for the Marlins in the top of the third. 2-2 down. That's a ground ball past the pitcher at the Howie Kendrick. The flip one, bat the first, double play. Kendrick, Turner, Murphy, double play. And Brian Anderson playing first base today. That's a line drive, and that will fall in front of Brantley. Going for the 9-3, and Murphy's not covering. 2 out, single for the Marlins. Here we go. That's a ground ball. And he tagged the runner down the center base. Middle of 3, the score is still 1-0, Miami. That's Michael Brantley, the player that's right there. 3rd in the NL, 7th in the MLB for stolen bases, 77. Home runs, 8th and 18th. I mean, everything is pretty good besides OP. I mean, besides on base percentage. Thank you, Heidi. Duvall punches it where no one was. It's a shift on to the left in the infield and outfield. Going for the 9-3 as the right fielder. Not in time as Duvall is playing right field, but well, he can play left, or his primary position is left field. But he also can play center field, right field, or his primary position is left field, but his primary position is left field, and his secondary positions are first base, center field, and right field, which is playing right field today. Here we go, 1-1 count to the switching and catcher Weathers. That's a line drive. That ball is going to get down and will split the center fielder and the right fielder. Goes all the way to the wall by the out-of-town scoreboard. And Duvall will go first to third. And he will be held there. 4th double of the year for Weathers only. And now it's a pitcher spot with a 2 runners heading in third, nobody out. Infield's back. 1-1 count. That's a ground ball. Bets the pitcher, and the run can't score. 1 down. And here comes Turner. Now it's a 3-2 count to Turner. That's a liner. Perfect right to center base. And throw to first is in time. So they concede the out for the run. An RBI drawn by Trey Turner, and we are all tied at 1. And we are all tied at. It's a perfect, but the Marlins concede the out for the run. It's an RBI drawn up by Turner, and we are all tied at 1 run apiece. Runner at third, 2 outs now for Brantley, tied at 1. That's a fly ball going back to his left fielder. Then to an RBI ground up by Trey Turner. Scores now. The Marlins won, and the Nationals won. 1 through 3, the scores. The Marlins won, and the Nationals won. Really, there's Castro. That's a little looper down the line, and that will be fair. Brantley fields and throws it in.
Somebody's going to be icing their thumbs after this game. That's a jam sandwich, but able to mix in and out.
Runner at first, nobody out, 1-2 down. That's a ground ball, Rendon, Kendrick, Murphy. Then he beat it out by a step or less. Runner at first, 1 out. So he barely beat that out. Here comes JT Realmuto, single in the second. 1 on count. That's a ground ball. Oh, it's off of Murphy. Underhand flip it. Gonzalez is not in time. It was underhanded. And infield signal by JT Realmuto. 2 on, 1 out now. For the center baseman for the Fish. That's hit into the gap. Perfect. That will 2 off the wall. In the left center field. 1 run will score. Another run's coming around. And throw to home. It's not in time. And the runner, or the batter, it's all the way to third base. Gonzalez with 8 hits already. And here comes the pitcher with a runner at third and 1 out. I'm not sure whether I'll call that, but it's a 2-run double or a 2-run triple. And yeah, I'll say a 2-run double and he advances to third on the throw. And the infield's in for the pitcher. So yeah, the outfield straight up shallow, the infield straight up and in. 1-1 count, it's already... That's a ground ball, and because the infield in, the runner can't score. The runner at third, 2 outs now. They did that as a pitcher, because if they had the infield bad, the run probably was going to score there. And here comes the top of the order, runner at third, 2 outs. That's a liner right to Howie Kendrick. The Marlins did 2, but that's all they did. Went through 3.5 the scores, the Marlins 3 and the Nationals 1. So bottom 4, you're only down by 2. If it was 3, I mean, you only need 1 base runner to bring the time into the plate. That's a ground ball at the middle. Castro, beyond second base. Got him. What a play by Starlin Castro, 1 down. And done Byron Buxton. That's a ground ball. Remember, you have to hurry at 99 speed. Throw to first is low, but picked by Anderson, 2 down. And Rendon. 1-1 down. 3-1 fish. Bottom 4. That's a ground ball. Fielded by a center baseman. Behind center base. Gotta hurry. And he got it by an eyelash. 1, 2, 3 of the Nats. And they're down 3-1 after 4 into play. Top 5 now. That's a ground ball. Hit the mound and at the middle base hit. Leadoff man up for the Marlins in the top of the 5th. And they're starting them up. Sherman, Soria, and the Nationals bullpen on the right field line. 2 on town. Swing and miss, straight 2. Don Manley, the managers, the Marlins manager. That's a ground left to be 2. Howie Kendrick tags him, then throws to first. It's way too late. Runner at first, 1 out, or runner at first, 2 outs now. No, yeah, 1 out only. Runner at first, 1 out, 1 out. Mark Snell. That's a ground ball. What a play by Murphy to get that before it bounced again, and he saved barely at first as Gonzalez went over to cover the bad. That really spiked up, and that did a weird hop. And we got 1-1 count. Starlin Castro. That's a line drive, and that's over the head. Over the glove of Howie Kendrick. Throw to third is offline, but he would have been safe anyways. Runners in the corners, 2 outs now, and that could be the end of the day. And here comes the Nationals pitching coach. And then I'll keep him in there. Trying to keep the 3-1. That's a ground ball. They're going to throw to second, and they got him, and the inning's over. Halfway home here in D.C., or halfway home here in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. The score is 3-1, Marlins. We're back here in D.C. Let's go on the field. Check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I discussed the Nats' offense with Washington's manager, and he told me he's pretty
Michael Brown.
Their discipline at the plate in this one. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Thank you, Heidi.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
Here's Howie Kendrick. That's a fly ball coming in, and to the left is the center fielder. Long run, and he makes a catch. And right center field, 1 down. And then down Duvall, 1 for 1. Single and strode the only run for the Nats. That's a ground ball. That's right into the shift. Throw to first by the center baseman is, in that time, 2 down. There's Matt Wieters, who doubled in the 3rd. And then Turner on an RBI ground out. That's another pass the pitcher, but the center mission's right there. Low throw, a pitch by Anderson. 1-2-3 to the after Dan, and they're still down 3-1. 3 runs in 10 hits, no errors for the Marlins. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors for the Nationals. Top 6. Here's JT Roberto. That's a pop-up. Got some wood on it, but it dies in the Brantley's glove and shallow right and medium deep and straight away right field. Here we go. Fernando Field. That's a ground ball right to Rendon. Throw to Murphy. And that's pull him out the bat. Everything's going wrong for the Nationals, and then I'll slap Rendon with the E5. Here comes the pitcher for the Marlins. 1-1 count, shins in a square. It's a ground ball, and that's going to be a foul. 1-2 count now. If he fouls it here, it's a strikeout. Everybody's on square down with 2 strikes. That's a ground ball. And behind the bat flip to Gonzalez, 2 down. Runner is 2 outs now for the Fish. Stores decision is a center base, 3-1. Here we go. This should be the last batter for Gonzalez. That's a ground ball. Howie Kendrick fields, and the Marlins do not score, but they're up 3-1 after 5.5 innings of play. Now it's a pitcher spot, and you're probably going to see a pinch hitter. So I don't really want to bring in a lefty. Everyone's lefty besides Zimmerman's a righty, and then Jorge Polanco's is a switch hitter. I don't want to bring in Polanco. Jorge Polanco will pinch hit for Gio Gonzalez. Here we go. Batted .299 in the year, 8 home runs, 33 RBIs. 1-on count. That's a ground ball up the middle! And he's probably batting, he's batting definitely 300, maybe over 300. So, pinch hitter that's on base. Polanco now batting. Here comes Turner. And he's batting 302. So, the pinch hitter does his job, gets on base. That's a ground ball, almost no chance at 2. Is Turner's 88 speed! And the pitcher, and no one is out. Everybody's safe. As the center, it was a ground ball to the shortstop. He went through the center, but the center baseman wasn't covered until the very end, and it was sort of a rainbow throw. And Brantley's bunted. And he's throwing the second behind him. No! Should have just went to first as Brantley was trying to get the time on the center base. He didn't. But he did sound probably be a fielder's choice. 1-on count. That's a ground ball. Oh, that's the pitcher. He's gonna go to first. Got him there. Probably gonna go to home, trying to hit the double, or at least out at home. But because it hit him, he had to go to first. RBI ground out by whoever that was. Who was that? It was RBI ground out by Daniel Murphy, and it's 3-2. Yeah, there was only 1 hit in that sequence, so really, then there was what? Yeah, then there was a single, 2 fielder's choices, and then obviously that fielder's choice right there. Or RBI ground. It's a fly ball. It should tie the game. And Brinson makes a catch. Here comes the tying runner. He scores through to third, and he's safe at third. 3-3 game with the go-in run at third base and 2 away. Bustin with a sack fly and an RBI. Here comes Rendon. 3-2 count. That's a line drive. Oh, the glove of the first baseman. Rendon with an RBI, or an infield single and an RBI. And the Nationals take a 4-3 lead and take their first lead of the game. They're starting to warm up. Vint, Maynard, and the Marlin bullpen in left center field. Here we go. Here's Kendrick. And that is low. It's away, but it's a ball 4. 2 on, 2 out now. He's thrown 22 pitches in the inning. 25 now. 12 balls, 13 strikes, 25 total pitches for Duvall. And I'll bring in their new pitcher. So, 52 appearances this season, or 52 appearances here in 2019. Chin 4 earned runs, but the runners on base are responsible for Chin. And here's Duvall. That's a ground ball. That is through. Base hit. They're going to send the runner. It was the blade, and he is out at the plate. 1 to throw by the Marlins left fielder to keep it 4-3. 3 runs 3 runs on 3 hits. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. End of 6 is scored now. The Nationals 4 and the Marlins 3. And now, I mean, if you look, now Shin's in line for the loss and Gonzalez in line for the win. And here comes the new pitcher for the Nats. Sirota, 35 appearances here in 2019. 14 fastball, slider, changeup, and a curveball. 1-2 down. That's a ground ball to Howie Kendrick. Throw to first, 1 down. So the Marlins had a 2-run lead. But now they have a 1-run deficit. That's a line drive that will get down, and he will stay at first base. Timer on base with timer at first base with 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Here's the first base. That's a ground ball. Steps on the batter for 1. Sets on the center base bat for 1. Throw to first, double play. 7-inning stretch time here at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. The score is the Nationals 4 and the Marlins 3. So the runs, well, the Nationals have 1 more, but the hits, Marlins have 5 more. 2-1 down to Weeder. The switch in catcher. That's a ground ball. Botched by Castro. But he still got him. 1 down. Now it's a pitcher spot again for the Nationals. And now Adam Eaton will pinch hit for the pitcher. And they're starting to warm up Trevor Dunn, the Nationals bullpen on the right field line. Here we go. Adam Eaton did not start. 1 down. That's a little tapper. Fielded by the pitcher. Throw to first. 1 down. The pinch hitter retired. Here comes Trey Turner. Drove in the first run for the Nationals via RBI ground out. That's a ground ball back to the pitcher. 2 down. Actually, that's the end over. Pardon me. And the 7th score remains 4-3. Nationals. And they're starting to warm up now. Sent Doolittle to close it, but here comes Trevor Dott, trying to keep it 4-3. 25 appearances in 2019, 61 record with 11 holds and a 2.28 ERA for 23 and 2/3 innings. And then Starlin Castro. That's all number. His 53 speed charging is Dott. Gotta hurry. Got him. 1 down. Marlins have 5 more outs to work with, down by 1. Had a 3-1 lead. Now it's a 4-3 deficit. That's a ground ball fielded by Turner. Throw to first off balance. Got him as he had to let it go quickly because he had a lot of speed. 81 speed. He was the one that beat it out earlier, wasn't it? Here's JT Realmuto. 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a run scored. 2-1 count. Howie Kendrick tried to barehand it and missed it. 3 singles. It's not an infield single. He sent him and went to the outfield, but JT Realmuto somehow gets on. Kendrick missed the barehand. That's a ground ball. Rendon throws it to Howie Kendrick for the 4th, and then it's over. No harm done after the 2-out single. We're through 7.5. The score is still 4-3. Nats. Michael Brantley. Here comes Nick Whitgren. I recognize that player. That's a ground ball to Starlin Castro. Throw to first. 1 down. There's Daniel Murphy, the RBI ground to make it 3-2. And then obviously they got hitting streak on the line. It's a ground ball back to the pitcher, and his hitting streak's, well, not over, no, it ain't over, but the only way they didn't know that bad is if basically we go to extra innings. Here we go. Here's Byron Buxton. 1 on count. That's a ground ball. The Marlins need 1 run at a time, 2 to take the lead in the top of the 9th. And the 8 the scores, the Nationals 4 and the Marlins 3. It's a pitcher spot. 9-1-2 do it for the Marlins in the top of the 9th, and pitcher spots first. And Billy Billy Taylor pinch hit for the pitcher. Here comes the closer for the Nationals, Sanduleto. He's blown with 3 saves, 28 for 31 saves this year. 4-seam fastball, slider, and a changeup. Here we go, 1 on count. That's a ground ball, and the pitcher, or the pinch hitter, gets on base via the the pinch hitter gets on base via the single, and the Ty runs on base with nobody out. 1 on count. You might see a bunt here. And there's the bunt. He popped it up. It's a changeup. And he caught it. On a changeup, he bunted it. And here comes Conway. Here we go. Double play ends it. That's a ground ball. That's not a double play. 2 on, 1 out. Timer at center base. Go ahead run at first base for the Marlins. Here's the first baseman. 1-2 count. That's a fly ball. That ball is hit well. And it's caught by Duvall. There goes a runner. It's caught by Howie Kendrick. Then he throws it to Rendon, safe. Well, he threw. Runners in the corner, 2 outs. Hit ties it, and it's at the mark. It's 3 for 12 with a home run and RBI in the series. 0 for 4 in the game. 1-2 count. And that is low. It's 2-1. That's a ground ball. Should end the day. Jeter jumped through, got him! What a play by Howie Kendrick, and the Nationals win 4-3 over the Marlins in the 3rd and final game of the series, and they sweep the Marlins. The Jeter jump throw. Jeter jump throw at Howie Kendrick Howie Kendrick with a Jeter jump throw behind center base. Could just went to center for the fourth. Instead, went to first, and it out there because could just went to center for the fourth, but he decided to the first and then tossed him. Gio Gonzalez hits the win, and then Sandulo hits a save. I know it's 29th of the year. Yeah, Gio Gonzalez hits the win. He moves to 7-4 on the season. Win and Chen hits the loss. He falls to 6-6 on the season, and Sandulo hits the save. His 29th of the season. Gio Gonzalez hits a win. Gio Gonzalez hits the win. Gio Gonzalez hits the win. He moves to 7-4 on the season. Wayne Chen hits the loss. He falls to 6-6 on the season. And Sean Doolittle gets the save. His 29th on the season. And also Sorta, the first reliever got his 5th hole of the year, and then that center reliever Trevor Dott got his 12th hole of the year. And then after that, the Marlins only had to do 3. Shin went 5 2/3 innings. The center reliever went an inning at 3rd, and the last pitcher went an inning. And all 4 runs were charged to Shin. He had 1 walk. I don't remember. That wasn't intentional though. And then so basically, out of 7 runs, the Marlins starter Dave, all 4 of them, all were earned, and then all 3 runs for the Marlins, the Nationals starter Dave, all of them, all earned. And then after the bullpen, they up with only 4 hits. Doolittle did up 2 hits, but they didn't do anything. And then no walks, no strikeouts, and then top orders for the Marlins. That Fernando Field with 2 for 4 with a double and 3 RBIs, so he drove in all 3 runs. Yeah, I mean, first of all, he had the 2-run double, and then he had 2 for 4 with a double single and drove in all 3 runs for the Marlins. J.T. Ramirez 3 for 4 with 3 singles and scored 1 of the 3 runs for the Marlins. Homer Houseman 1 for 4 with a single and scored the other 2 runs for the Marlins, and then Sean Tasher 2 for 4 with 2 singles. And that was top 4ers for the Marlins. Top 4ers for the Nationals. Trey Turner 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. And then Matt Weir's 1 for 3 with a double, and Duvall 2 for 3 with a run scored, and Polanco, pinch hitter, 1 for 1 with a run scored. And obviously, Duvall went 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a run scored, and Polanco, first pinch hitter for and Gonzalez, 1 for 1 with a single and scored a run. So the people that scored a run, Trey Turner scored 1, Duvall scored 1, Polanco scored 1, and then here it had the runs, yeah. Turner scored 1. Brantley scored 1. Duvall scored one, and then Polanco scored one, and then the RBIs obviously Turner won, Murphy won, Buxton won, Rendon won, and then Howie Kendrick went 0 for 2 with a walk, and then Murphy and Buxton I think went 0 for Murphy went 0 for 4 with an RBI, Buxton went 0 for 3 with an RBI, and then Howie Kendrick obviously 0 for 2 with a walk, and then everyone else got a hit. Well, besides obviously Gonzalez and then Adam Eaton, and then basically Gonzalez and then the two relievers and then Adam Eaton who pinch hit for the first reliever. Then Dot came in, and then Doolittle obviously never got at bat. Gonzalez has been at 0-31 on the year, and obviously had one at bat, only one, and he was the one runs at second and third, nobody out, and grounded back to the pitcher. And then over there on the Marlins, looks like everyone got a hit. Well, besides that Snell guy went 0 for 5, but looks like everyone else did. Besides that was Chen and the two relievers, and then the Chan Hill pinch hit for Chan Hill did get a hit. He got to hit the lead off the top of the ninth. A 3-run the 14th no hitters from the Marlins. 3-run the 14th no hitters from the Marlins. 4-run the 6 hits, 1 error, which was by Rendon for the Nationals. So I mean, we have one more run than the Marlins, but that's 8 more hits. Speed is in that one inning was a single and 2 fielder's choices, and then the RBI ground out. Well, I thought I could have said that. I wasn't like biased there. I could have got 2 outs, but the Marlins got 1, second, 2, or the Marlins got 1 in the second, Nationals got 1 in the second, or the Marlins got 1 in the second, Nationals got 1 in the third, and then the Marlins got 2 in the fourth, and then the Nationals got 3 in the sixth, and then no one scored in the 7th, 8th, or 9th. And there was no bomb in the 9th because there's not unless the game is tied or the road team has the lead. Okay, so I'm gonna close the no board. Gets episode delay button. So yeah, by the way, and then I'm not sure. I'm thinking Sunday. Obviously, last Man 20 video play now because Man 21 comes out on Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. And I start school a week later on Tuesday, September 1st, 2020. Right now, and then that's really it. And then that's really it. And I'm not sure. I doubt there'll be 2 videos. I doubt there will be on Thursday. So if there's not, then postseason Thursday or really tomorrow. Or I think there's not 2 videos. So postseason tomorrow, and then Mini J NHL 20 Be a Pro Friday, and then hopefully maybe Saturday, maybe because there's a Twins game which I can't. My dad usually has to watch it in here, but after that I'm not sure. I really want to do like the playoffs, obviously the home All-Star game in this series, postseason, my Star Force Road show, and my Snakes relocation franchise. I've said they did through a wildcard game. It's only a 1-game playoff, so road controllers, I always do that. So I don't always do it in Madden, but I always do it over the show for franchise, and then obviously playing out, or I just post for franchise, playing out, and postseason. Okay, I'm time to close on the board. If you have the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about the videos. You know, I'm going to see you in episode number 16 of this Washington Nationals franchise series. See you in episode number 16, and eat a lot of bacon, and go Nationals.